My name is Claudia, and I am a medium and a death doula. A death doula, big term, but it's somebody who can help somebody have an easeful death or just deal with death easier. And it sounds, it's hard. Death is something that is not easy, but if you could have people there for you who can guide you, who can talk about it and not be scared, because we are scared of death. We don't want to say anything about it. What if there are people out there who say, I got you. I can guide you. I can comfort you. I can comfort the family. I can give suggestions. And it's mostly like a support, a backup system for you, for anyone dealing with death in any sort of way. I wanted to be a death doula because I was a medium already, and I connected with spirits and people on the other side, loved ones on the other side. And so being a death doula felt the same. It's something that I can say and maybe normalize what I already do. It's like, I speak to spirits. It's kind of strange. But if I say I'm a death doula, it's like, ooh, what's that? And I'm like, well, let me tell you. It just feels like a perfect way to physicalize the unknown of what happens after we don't have a body. I was a natural medium. As a kid, I've always connected with spirits. You know, that little girl from Beetlejuice, that was me. I could just see them, sense them. And I didn't think it was weird. I was raised Catholic, super Catholic family. So we were taught to talk to angels and pray to the saints. And I did that, literally. And so when I was like, wait, you don't see them? You don't talk to them? When I would say things like that, people are like, you're weird. I could walk into a room and be like, this place is crazy haunted. And I've always had that. I am Mexican with Spanish and a little bit of Chinese. Nice cocktail. At 17 years old, I tried to go to college, but instead Japan called to me. I always wanted to go there since I was a little kid. And I got a boyfriend and started teaching English. And I also entered a Japanese Miss Japan contest. Even though I wasn't Japanese, I lied on the whole thing. I said I was 15. I said I was Japanese. I wasn't any of that. I was like 18. And I made it all the way to the finals. And they're like, wait a minute, you're not 15. You're not Japanese. And I'm like, oops. But I got into the agency, a very prestigious Japanese modeling agency. I was the only non-Japanese person there. And I made it work. And I got modeling gigs on the side. I was in Japan for 10 years, on and off, mostly like 5 years living, maybe half a year gone, and then going back to live 5 years. And I lived in Shibuya area. I worked out of Harajuku, and I worked in the most haunted preschool you could ever imagine. This preschool was unique because it was a toy store that sold foreign toys. And it was in a huge building that also had the corporate headquarters above the toy store. And within this toy store was a little tiny area where I would teach English all day, 5 days a week. And it was haunted, I believe, because the energy that it gathers from the corporate headquarters was so negative and so heavy. I believe that they would just bring the bad vibes in with them. And so here come all the hungry ghosts, and they want to eat it all up. And yeah, it really affected everybody in this building. The children, the people working, it was a mess. We went through maybe 3 presidents within 4 years that I was working there. And people were always getting sick, including my partner. I would teach tag team style. So it was me and my Japanese partner. I went through 3 Japanese partners, and they all got sick from one thing or another. I was 5 years old when I first got my first memory of spirits speaking directly to me. I was home alone because back then in the 80s, it was very normal to be alone. Mom just slipped out to go get the laundry, and I put a lollipop in my mouth and did what my mom told me never to do, run around the house and jump on the sofa. So I started choking, and I felt like, okay, this is it. I'm going to die. And I mean, I'm 5, but I was like really cognizant of like, okay, this sucks. But I heard this loud voice say, run to the bathroom and put your stomach against the side of the bathtub. And I did that. It's like I didn't even like think. I just did what I was told, ran to the bathroom, and as soon as I like plunged into it with my tummy, the lollipop popped out and I was safe. And I really felt that time like, okay, that was my guide. That was like my angel who saved me. And it felt really normal, really loving and caring. Spirit never felt scary unless you go into I was living at England at the time. So we had a lot of like the Tower of London is haunted. England in general is very old. So there's a lot of scary things and people love to sensationalize that. So unless you tell me this is scary, I did not feel scared. I always felt like spirit was around us all the time. When I was younger, I would see John Edwards on TV and he would be talking to the dead. And I was like, wow, he's cute. And I feel like I can do that too. And I just knew I could do it. And so when I was a lot older, I just started to take classes, learn about what mediumship is. And I did it. And it was really easy for me. It was such a natural progression. And in a way, I've always been doing it. I just learned how to fine tune it a little more. Everyone can speak to the dead because we all have a spirit. We also have a body. And the only thing with when you die, you don't need your body anymore. So you're just a free spirit. So yes, since we have spirits, our spirit can connect with any spirit around. I believe that anyone can communicate with any spirit. However, just like people are individualized, spirits are as well. And there are some spirits who don't want to go into the spirit world when they die. They want to stay here on earth. We call those earthbound spirits. And those are not the best spirits to communicate with. So when you hear about the horror stories of Ouija boards or possessions or all that silly stuff, it's because we are communicating. It's like leaving your front door open. It's like, hi, everyone, come in. People will come in. You don't want to leave your front door open. You want to have a good boundary and be like, okay, I only want, people who are going to like bring food to come in or, something like that. You want to set up who you want to communicate with. Now, when you're young and dumb and having fun, I get it. Birthday parties, slumber parties, doing the Ouija board, it is fun. But that's how you hear about people having bad experiences with spirit connection. Earthbound spirits are spirits who do not cross over for whatever reason after they die. So when we die, our body, it's on the floor. The spirit is like free and it's like, whoa, what am I doing? It's so cool. Usually your spirit loved ones like grandma, grandpa, guides, whoever come and greet you and they'll be like, okay, let's go to the lights, to the tunnel, and they'll bring you. And so you go because you're like, wow, it feels so good to be free. But if you die, and let's say you leave small children behind, I'm a mom. So for me, if I had like my babies, I'm not going to want to leave yet. I'm going to be like, no, I'm going to wait until they're 18 and I'm going to haunt them and make sure they're not doing stupid stuff. And, that would be an example of an earthbound spirit or somebody who was scared to cross over because they did bad things and they believe that they're going to go to hell. That's a huge reason. People scared of what's on the other side will not cross over. So they will stay bound to earth, earthbound. Earthbound spirits, they don't possess you. They attach to you like a parasite and they'll kind of eat off of your energy and make you weaker and more depressed and more sad. And then you'll turn to alcohol and drugs and you'll just hate your life because they are vicariously living through you through those human vices. That's how ghosts work, not necessarily like a possession, although it looks fun. To get rid of an attachment, I like to call them attachments, you just deparasite yourself. You make yourself uninhibitable to them by giving your life worth again, by feeling good in your own energy again. They don't want that. They want all the yucky stuff. So definitely taking care of yourself, meditating. It's hard though. When you're in that depressive state, I've been there. It's really hard to shake it off. So it helps when you have a good support system to guide you, to help you to remove them. And yeah, definitely taking care of yourself is the biggest piece. In a way, I've always communicated with the dead. Even my last occupation, I was a flight attendant. Planes are haunted. So, and they always find a way to find me, whether it's my fellow flight attendants being like grieving and crying, and I'm like, hey, your best friend's with you. She doesn't want you to be sad. I had a lot of these. So yeah, spirits have always found me. Spirits are very connected to energy, and there is a spike in energy on airplanes, at doctors' offices, in schools. So especially on airplanes, I've had so many passengers who are so scared to fly. I had to hold their hands, give them hugs. And when your energy spikes, that's when the earthbound spirits, the ones who do not want to cross over, love to come in and kind of feed off of that energy. They want to be human again. So when they feel that spike, they're like, yeah. It's kind of like Monsters, Inc., how they need the children's energy to fuel Monsterland or whatever you call it. It's very similar to that. So our spike in energy is really attractive. It's like a buffet, and they love planes. They love planes, all doctors' offices, schools, theaters. When I was in Japan, I had a student. She was 11 years old, and she was my English student. She passed away the day after I saw her, and we had a class together. And I saw her that night that she passed. She visited me in my dreams, and she's saying, "Why is everyone crying?" And I'm like, "Your dad. Of course we're crying. We miss you." And it's really funny because she would always tell me, "I don't like the way you do your blush," when I would have classes with her. It was Japan. I used to do this blush thing where I would go like whoop all the way across, super kawaii. And she would be like, "Why do you put it on your nose? It's so weird." And in my dream, she's like, "You got to stop doing that with your blush. I'm not here to tell you anymore, but you got to stop." And I have, Ao-chan, I don't do it anymore. But yeah, that was a direct connection to spirit. I love connecting to spirit. I feel like it's very helpful. It's very healing, and it's very nurturing. It's not stressful because I'm not open to like 7-Eleven. I have boundaries, and they can't just come up anymore and hit me up. And I don't talk to spirits unless I'm getting paid or it's a direct family connection or a loved one. So I'm really like setting up my boundaries. Back then, anyone would come to me. But now, not anymore. So sadly, people take advantage of those who are grieving, and it happens so often. There's a reason why when you hear somebody's psychic, you immediately think they are scam artists, because a lot of times it's really easy to say, "Ooh, I see into your future. I know this is going to happen," and they'll take your money, and they know where to hit you. They know to get you with your children, with your loved ones, with finances. And now that we're online, it's really easy to pretend to be somebody, to say that you're something, and to take advantage of people. So I've had a lot of scammers copy my profile, steal my photos, pretend to be me. They would follow my followers with a fake account that looked exactly like my account, and message them and say, "Hey, your mom is trying to talk to me," and take their money. And it's really, really mean and awful and cruel. If somebody comes up to you and offers you a reading, that's a red flag. If somebody talks strange, has a lot of misspellings, and calls you weird pet names, even though they don't know you, that's another red flag. And always look to see their content. Make sure that there's actually people responding to them and that they are responding back. How long ago did they start posting? Just make sure you investigate anybody that you want to have a reading with. So we all have a spirit team, whether that's your loved ones or non-human ones that are spirit guides, your ancestors, ascended masters like Jesus and all that. They're all around us. They are here to support us, and they come and go in our lives from time to time. So we interchange our spirit guides. And when we are here on this earth to become a human, we choose different lessons that we're going to learn. And it's up to us how we end up learning them. So in my example, I had a big lesson on how to learn unconditional love, still going through that. And a way that I kind of went into it was having an abusive parent in my life for like 12 years and feeling so awful that I had to find out that I really do love myself and appreciate myself, and coming out of that. And our spirit guides are here to guide us in the lessons that we're here to learn and support us and remind us that we're not alone. We're very supported. It feels alone. It feels so alone to be human. And it sucks to be human a lot of the times. And people say, the world sucks. And it can feel like that. But we're not alone. If we just stop, listen, and feel, you have so much support and love around you all the time. When we die, there is no good or bad. It's not like, oh, I was such a good human that I get to go to the spirit world. Everyone can go to the spirit world. It doesn't matter what you've done here on earth. What matters is how you deal with what you've done. You have a little life review. And so when you don't have a body anymore, you don't have the pain, you don't have the physical attachments. So it feels really good to just kind of go to the next level. You're leveling up, you're going to the spirit world. And there's so much love. You start to feel all the love and support that's around you. You see who was with you this whole time. And it feels really nice, really amazing. And you kind of shed all the stuff that was weighing you down. Without a body, we don't have age. Time is not the same. Spirits can be in the spirit world and with us simultaneously. There's no fear, there's no worry. They don't care about money. Everyone's always worried about, like, what am I supposed to do with the money they left me? Use it, give it away. Who cares? They don't want the house. They don't care about the house. They don't care about anything. Just you. I see myself making spirit communication normal. Just like our ancestors did, just like our abuelas did. And they all talked about spirit like they were around because they were. When monotheism came along, it really hurt spirit connection. They told us it's evil, only certain people can connect to spirits, priests, whoever. And it really brought us down. And I want to normalize spirit connection again, just like our ancestors did. It's in our blood, it's in our energy, and it's very normal. We've all had fun, crazy, spooky experiences. We all believe in weird stuff, right? What if that was normal? I want to make that, I want to make spirit communication not just normal, love. Connecting to spirit is connecting to love. That's really all it is. And you can do it as easy as we're talking right now. My assignment in life is normalizing spirit communication. Connecting to spirit just means connecting to love. And you can do it. I got you, boo. To be a medium, I am in the process of creating a membership so that I can help you also hone your gifts, because we all have them. We're all psychic. And be an amazing spirit communicator. It's another language. I speak Spanish, Japanese, and English, kind of. And I want to help you speak spirit as well. You can speak the spirit too. It's easy, it's a language, and I can teach you how to do it.